Okay, so welcome back to another brief session with myself and Harry. These sessions are Harry's idea to look at, again, reaching out to the young people we've been working with, mainly from the Multi-Schools Football Club, but anyone else that might be interested in sport. So each week, me and Harry are just chatting a little bit about things to do with sport, mainly football, because we both love a bit of football. We hope that some of you listening do as well. Harry, how's your week been?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Tried to do things. It's hard at the moment with everything, but just trying to stay active. You know, going on walks and things, and just trying to keep the head clear. Really.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good place for us to start then, Harry, actually, because we were going to talk this week all about the impact of sport on people's mental health, and also talk maybe a little bit about kind of OCD as well. So you said there about trying to keep active. Why is it important then for yourself, Harry, to keep active?
Because I suffer from anxiety and OCD, and I think I have done since I was 10, because it goes alongside my autism with the comorbid disorders. So I try, because if I'm not keeping active, I get a lot of intrusive thoughts. Mm. And what these intrusive thoughts can do is suddenly if you look at the studies of OCD, I'd be near a knife or something, and something would come into my head is, what if you stabbed your mum with that knife? You'd never do it, but that thought could ruin your whole day, because you'll be stressing about, oh, what if I did? What if do you know what I mean? Mm. And I'd never do that. Do you know what I mean? I'd never even think about it, but there can just be this thought in your mind that ruin your whole day. You know, I have to keep my mind active because I have the nighttime routines of my OCD. If I don't count my plug switches 3 times, but technically 4, because I do 1 for luck, because that seems to satisfy me. Then I can sleep. But sometimes my intrusive thoughts will come back and go, you didn't check those properly.
Yeah.
And then I can't get to sleep. Then I have to check again. I've had times where I haven't gone to sleep till 3 a.m. because I've been up till 3 a.m. checking stuff.
Yeah.
So I decided during lockdown is just to try and keep active, and it does reduce it a bit.
Mm. And those intrusive thoughts and that kind of, like you said, the patterns and routines of getting into checking things again and again. I've spoke to lots of young people who said that over COVID, that seems to have got worse for them. Would you agree with that, Harry?
Oh, massively. I think it was bad before, but I think definitely because I've been inside a lot more. I'd like to make sure things are safe. I have intrusive thoughts that if I don't check these light switches, I will cause a house fire and all my family will die. That will cause me great panic. I'll be on my own sometimes. I think it's being on your own as well. It gives it a lot of time for these intrusive thoughts to fester. I'll have an intrusive thought of something like, oh, your parents are going to die one day. What are you going to do? And then upsets my whole day. And then I'll start being upset about that thing. Loads of things. Like, you have such morbid, intrusive thoughts, and then they can be very graphic, and then it can just really distress you.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people who listen to this that if you are experiencing those things, is to make sure that you do speak to people and you have a network around you of people that you can discuss these things with. And I hope that's something that you do, Harry, as well, that you've got people around you can trust.
Massively, because my mum has OCD as well, so I can feel like I can talk to her and go, well, I've had this thought, and she'd be like, oh, I've had them plenty of times, Harry. They're just, you know what I mean? It's really important to have those people around, even if it's a therapist, it's your mum or your dad, that can just understand and reassure you.
Yeah, or possibly even someone like a community club, like a football club, which I'll come on to now.
Exactly.
Harry. So obviously, I know it has been difficult. We mentioned last week we haven't been able to run the sessions because of COVID. For you, Harry, what is it about football then that kind of supports your mental health and helps you to feel better?
I think it's because I'm focused on something, and also sport and working out and fitness, it does release endorphins, and a lot of people take medicine and all that. They take pills for depression and all that to help with, when you've got depression, you have sort of a endorphins deficiency, so the endorphins are imbalanced. So when you do sport and run about a bit and wear yourself out, it does release those endorphins, so it can really help with depression, anxiety and OCD to release those endorphins. But I'd say what helps me is exactly that, and I love football. There's this quote that I saw years ago, and it related to me so much. When I'm on the pitch, every worry just goes away. I don't think about nothing else but what I'm going to do in that football match.
Yeah. I remember you having this conversation with me before, actually, when we were on a football pitch on one of the Saturday morning sessions, and you told me about that quote. And as I said, it is a real shame that we haven't been able to get out there. Obviously, anybody could get a ball and go to a field and kick it about or throw it about, whatever they wanted to do. But we've obviously got a bit of a team going on as well. What is it about a team, having a team around you, Harry, as well, that you think helps with kind of supporting your mental health?
Well, definitely, there's a togetherness there, and especially what we're trying to encourage in the multi-schools is us to all be friends as well as a football club, is to encourage all the kids. We're together as a team, and you've all got to support each other, and you've all got to encourage each other. And a lot of the times, like, we're getting under 10s player want to play with the olders, and I'll say to them, we've got a new player here, so let's make them feel welcome, let's help them out. And I see those kids helping them out, and it makes my job a lot easier because I'm not having to focus on loads of kids. Even though I don't mind it, it does make it a lot easier that the kids are mature enough and kind enough to welcome those people into our team. But when a player's struggling and they go to them and go, I've seen them go, had a really, crap couple of nights, haven't had much sleep, and they talk to them about it. Do you know what I mean? Football should encourage, especially in mainstream as well, more kids to be open, that they can go to their coach and say, feeling really crap the other night. I've had players say it to me before that, I've been really feeling crap about my football. I haven't played well, or something like that. And I'll go, well, I don't think you are. And just saying that, and just saying, you're a really good player, and encouraging them and saying, like, I'm always here if you want to chat. That's really important to say, that we're always here if you want to chat about anything. It doesn't have to be football. If you want to chat to me about, this and that's getting me down, then you can talk to us about it. But that's what we like to encourage at Multi-Schools Football Club, an openness and a togetherness in the club.
I think it's really important you're saying all this, Harry, because obviously last week as well, you spoke about the importance of language and the language when you're coaching, and that encouragement, like you just said again. But also language is the same when we talk about our mental health, making sure that we're not dismissive, making sure that, as you said, Harry, we listen to each other. And I'll be really honest, I grew up playing football, as you know, Harry, and there was definitely a stigma in, all boys team playing in you'd sit in the changing rooms and people wouldn't talk about their feelings and emotions because it might be seen as weak. And you're right, I think what we do at the moment and what you do and your dad and all the other coaches is make sure that doesn't happen at the football club. How else could we spread that awareness then, Harry? How do you think you could, make it so it's more accessible, but people feel more comfortable to talk about their mental health on and off the football pitch?
I'd say the two things. I'd say in football that it's even a problem in professional football. You saw Aaron Lennon a couple of years ago have to be admitted into a ward because he just couldn't take it all. I think he attempted taking his life as well. A lot of footballers have struggled with mental health problems because of the criticisms they get. They don't get encouraged, and I reckon that I think that probably happens from a young age, like you were saying. Like, you don't get much encouragement. People don't talk enough. And these footballers are under a lot of scrutiny, and that can definitely affect your mental health. But we have got to be more open. And I think it's something that happens a lot in men, that they hide it. They're taught, no, men don't cry. That's a stigma. Men don't cry. But I can't tell you, I've lost count how many times I've had a cry. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just got too much. There's been some times where I've had I felt like I've been a really crap coach. I've had sessions where I felt like I was really crap today, and I've then had a cry because I thought I've let people down. But I've then talked to my dad about it and gone, did I do this all right? And he goes, you couldn't have done it any better, Harry. That was a really difficult session or something like that. And then I've talked about it, and then I feel reassured, and I'm like, okay, we'll have a better week next week. But it's encouraging men, kids as well, because kids' mental health has not been good the last few years as well, to be more open with their teacher, with their coach, with whoever, with their parents, with whatever club they're going to. But also, we've got to encourage kids to open up as well. Because if kids are not encouraged to open up about their feelings, they're not going to open up about their feelings. And it is about the language you use, whether you're dismissive, whether you actually listen as well. Because if a kid don't feel like he's listened to, he will not come to you again. Or she, they won't come to you again. And it's really important that you make them feel like they're listened to and that you've acknowledged their feelings. Otherwise, it's not. They're always going to feel let down.
Yeah.
Because that conversation you have with a kid, that one conversation could change their life, could change their whole outlook. So you've got to think of it like that. This could be the talk that makes that kid feel better, and makes them, feel like they can talk to people. Because if we don't encourage kids to talk, they're not going to.
Absolutely. And the importance of relationships. And as you said, we want sport to be a positive, and you listed the reasons why sport can be very positive. So, we want people to come on, and we want people to be resilient, because of course, as you said, Harry, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to doubt ourselves at times. That's, as humans, that's what we do. Then it's the network we have around each other. So, as you kind of said at the start, and you were telling me about, yourself and experiences, if anyone has listened to this and, they have their own experiences of it and they feel like they need support, definitely reach out, because there's lots of people out there who want to help. And just check if people are okay. Like I checked with Harry and asked him if he has people to talk to, then you can ask people the same thing as well. So thank you very much for your time, Harry. And I'm sure people will definitely benefit from this and relate to what you've said. And we'll look forward to doing another episode next week as well.
Yeah, thank you. I had a brilliant time.
Cheers. Thanks, Harry.